Hi, I'm John Hazzard, and for me, it's all about food. We're on to day 3 of making or building our starter. And as you can see, the starter had risen up over the course of the 24 hours, and it falls after a while. And so it came, as you can see, it was down below yesterday morning when we made it, but now it's all the way up here. And as you can see, it smells very wineish, fermentish. It's a smell you have to get adjusted to and you have to enjoy. Some people will say it smells off, but it smells delicious. It smells, well, not delicious, but it smells really fragrant and really nice. Very kind of like fermenting of grapes or something of that nature. So what I did is yesterday I went to and I purchased a taller container because, as you know, from the very first day, which was good, the container I had, which I'm using for the water, was a bit too small, so the starter would have overflowed. So now we have a better container now, and it's one in which you can actually see through as well too. And I have a little lid on it as well. So we're going to go ahead now and do our starter building for day number 3. Now day number 3 is the same as day number 2. So basically we're going to add now to this. Again, my scale is on, and I make sure you always zero what you put on your scale. So I'm going to add to this now 70 grams of this starter that we're building. So 70 grams of this. Almost there. Just a little bit more. Good, we got 70 grams. So that's 70 grams of that, of this starter. And the remainder of this we're going to discard. We don't need it, but I normally put it into a plastic bag and discard it in the trash. And I don't pour this down the sink because after a while your flour will clog up your drains. You don't want to pour flour, because this is basically flour and water, that's what it is. You don't want to pour that down your drain. So I tend to discard this in a plastic bag and put it in the trash can. Then we're now going to take 50 grams of our rye flour. So again, we zero the scale again. So we take 50 grams of this. That's 15, 32, a little slower we go, 39, 47, and we came up to a little 51. I took it a little bit. We have 50 grams. So 50 grams of the Stone Ground Rye Flour, and that really helps in the fermentation process. And then I'm going to use now some all-purpose flour. Again, I zero my scale, and again it's 50 grams of this all-purpose flour going right in there. 48, and we just have a tidbit more. Yep, almost there. Wow. Got to be it now. So 50 grams of the all-purpose flour. And now we have the flours out of the way. We're going to add now the water, which is going to be 115 grams of water. Again, we zero the scale, and we add now 115 grams of this. Now this is really a true discipline. You have to really do this daily when you have it actually as a starter that you build to make your 115 grams. I just went over by like a gram, which is 116, but it's 115 grams. And then basically, like yesterday, I'm just gonna push this forward a bit. And now we just take my spoon and we're going to mix this all up. And what some people do as well is, as you mix it, the level that's at, if you want to see if it's rising, you can put a rubber band where you start, and then you can see when it rises up. But what I will do in this case, since it's going to rise over the period of hours, I will take a photograph or do a little video of it so you can actually see what it's at now and what it came up to. So again, this is day 3. So again, we have 70 grams of the starter, 50 grams of the rye flour, 50 grams of all-purpose flour, and 115 grams of water. And that's it. So it's all finished. all finished. That's it right there, all completed. And all we do now is just take the lid, and I'm gonna leave the lid slightly ajar on it just to allow some oxygen to come into it. So slightly ajar, just to allow some oxygen. And that's basically it. So there you have it, that's day number 3. So we've done day number 1, day number 2, day number 3. We have another 4 days to go, and then we are ready and we're off and running to make our sourdough bread. So if you have enjoyed this video, please go ahead and like, please subscribe, ring the bell. And again, I am John Hazzard, and for me, it's all about food. See you next time. I'll see you tomorrow morning on day number 4.